Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to this video, guys. And this video is going to shock you. Okay. So I'm going to show you how with this phone. I'm going to speak in this phone and it is basically going to find leads for me on its own. So I have a robot that does this. Then it's going to start pitching those people. It's going to convert some of them into clients and it's going to make high ticket sales for my business. Everything from this phone. Okay. So this is my promise. I'm going to show you how in a matter of seconds, we'll have 50 leads here. And I'm not talking about just any leads, CEOs of the companies that I want, and it's going to start pitching them. Okay. So without further ado, without me, wasting too much time here, we're basically going to start with a demo. And then after the demo, once you'll be interested, then I'm going to explain exactly how that works. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to look for CEOs of marketing agencies, let's say in Illinois, for example, just an example, okay? And we are going to send them to Susan, okay? Susan doesn't exist. It's just an example that I want to show you so that, I will explain the business case. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to speak in this microphone here. Kit, I want you to go out and I want you to find me decision makers of a marketing agency in Illinois, and I want the company size to be between 1 and 200. And when you're done, please send the information over to Susan. There we go. So this is my job as the business owner, and that's it. That's all I have to do. All the rest is going to be automated. So very quickly, so we're going to wait here, okay? So we're looking at Susan's pipe here, and very quickly, what you're going to see all the leads that are going to appear. So we'll have their email, first name, last name, LinkedIn URL, city, state, country, their website, and we'll have an icebreaker, which is basically we gather all the information that we can find on those people, and then we personalize the message and the approach so that when we contact them, we have a higher likelihood of converting them. So right now, what's being done right now is my robots are working. It's looking for the exact person that I just asked. And you'll see the result in a few seconds. It's going to give us exactly what we look for, which is, companies in Illinois, and we'll have all the CEOs, the president, the managing director, and everything. Okay. So if you bear with me for like a few seconds here, this is the direct. So obviously, normally I'm not waiting here for this stuff to happen. My job is done once I've done this, right? And so here in this case, I said, please send it to Susan, just to show you a business case where let's say you have 2 salespeople and you want to send different leads to different salespeople, right? Here, let's say Susan is in charge of Illinois, and there we go. So, so check this out, guys. So now, look, we have Illinois, we have Chicago, Evanston, Norfolk. I don't even know these places, right? And now, she has all her leads and she can start working on this. And you can see we have the co-founder, the president, the owner, the senior partner, the blah, blah, and we have their direct contact. Okay. This is not like the info at or something. All right. You have the direct contact of that person. All right. So in my previous video, because I already demonstrated this, people were asking me, hey, there are only 10 leads. Can I get more? I said, yeah, of course you can get more. So here I think it's 50. I put the limit as like 50. So we got like 45 here that we found. And dude, like me in my case, that's it. My job is done. Automation is going to take care of the rest. Now, another question that I had from some of you guys was, oh, is it possible? I don't want to use a Google Sheet or something. I would like to use either like an Airtable or Notion or something. I'm not a user of Notion. So, I know it works with Notion because, I've tested it. I use Airtable. So, for example, if we go to Susan's Airtable and let me do this here. If we go to Susan's Airtable, you can see the leads are here, right? And if you're using GoHighLevel, if you're using Salesforce, if you're using HubSpot or whatever, it doesn't matter, right? It will work with any of the systems and it will work with any location. Okay. So here we asked for Chicago, Illinois. Did I ask Chicago specifically? No, I just asked Illinois. And the system is smart enough to figure out where Illinois is and then to go find all the cities and everything. So, and I just had to speak in this phone. Okay. So now I want you to imagine wow, what is it that I can do with this? Now, let me illustrate that with a different example. So you can see here, we have two people. We have Martin, and you can see that there's nothing in Martin's pipe. It only went to Susan. Why? Because I said, please send it to Susan. Now, this time, I think we're going to look for the marketing agencies that are in Pennsylvania. And one thing that I want to show you as well is when my bot is done, it actually sends me back a message to tell me that it's done. So I'm going to make sure, I'm going to play this and you're going to listen to it. It's pretty cool. Let's check this out.
Okay, Michael, the leads have been added in Susan's pipe. Okay, Michael, the leads have been added in Martin's pipe.
All right. So this is based on, for those of you guys who are old enough to know this, there was a show called Knight Rider back in the days, and there was this car named Kit. And that's the reason why I created this stuff. And, for now, the name of my bot is Kit. And it basically sends me back the confirmation. Okay. So anyway, so what we're going to do now is we are going to do the same thing. We're going to look for, marketing agencies. This time, what did I say? Massachusetts or Colorado. Let's say Colorado or like Pennsylvania. Let's do Pennsylvania, for example. So, let me ask my bot again. So, hey, Kit, I want you to go and find me decision makers of a marketing agency in Pennsylvania. And I want the size of the company to be between 1 and 200 employees. And this time when you're done, please send it over to Martin. Thank you. Boom. That's it. And that's all I have to do. So while this is working in the background, you guys know now how that works. You can see the two different examples of Martin. Let's say Martin is in charge of what was it? Pennsylvania that I said? Pennsylvania. And then Susan is in charge of Chicago. And you, as the business owner or the sales director or whatever your job is, you can basically dispatch the leads to your people, just with your voice. Okay. So this is just one example. We'll go over the examples afterwards. We'll just wait for the information to arrive here. And you're going to see that here in this case, it's only going to go to Martin's pipe and it's going to be exactly what we asked, which, if I remember correctly, because my memory is not the best, is going to be, Pennsylvania, right? So, we wait a few seconds here and the leads should appear there. Now, while we're waiting, I want you at home to start thinking, what is it that I could do with this? How would that change your business? If you did not have to waste your time, your energy, posting content and all that kind of stuff to talk to your desired avatar, right? And you could have them just here with your voice, just by basically asking the system to go out and fetch those people for you. Okay. So here is there we go. So you can see we have our leads here. We found 39 of them that match our criteria, and we're ready to go, ready to rock and roll. So again, obviously me, when I'm doing this, I am not here in front of the computer waiting for that to happen. So I'm literally, this is what I will do. Please do that. And then I jump in the pool. Okay. And guess what? We got our message back.
Okay, Michael, the leads have been added in Martin's pipe.
All right. So how cool is this? Okay. So I want you guys to understand something. So why did I build this system? I built the system because, lead generation is expensive. It's very expensive. So on average, I will say, I don't know what your cost per lead is, but people I speak to, their cost per lead is between $20 and $25. They have to spend $20 to $25 to get a lead. And when I say lead, they get one email. Right? So here in this case, guess what? See what I get? I get all this stuff, right? I get the first name, last name, etc. And you're like, but yeah, what can you do with this stuff? Well, I can personalize the hell out of it. So first of all, I've already personalized the first sentence, right? So when my robots are going to message them, it will look like, I'm a human. Okay. But then I can personalize everything. I can basically, for example, like copywriting stuff. I can say, so what is it, like marketing agency, right? So I can basically tell them, hey Alan, how are you? Do you want to know how the top 3 marketing agencies and then I will replace with city, in Chalfont are kicking your ass? Of course he wants to know. It's like, oh yeah, those bastards. So now he wants to know. And I'm going to say, hey, you know what? We work with 50 different marketing agencies, and I can personalize based on so we have the industry as well. So with marketing agencies, in their state, in Pennsylvania. So it's like, wow. I mean, these people, they work in my state and they know secrets of the top 3 in my city. And this is going to be replaced by the variable here for each and every one of them. So this person here, for example, Eric, I'm going to say, hey, Eric, do you want to know how the top 3 marketing agencies in Camp Hill are stealing your clients? What do you think it's going to do? It's going to say, of course, right? And all this, guys, is automated. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I just want to show you, like, for you to see what is going on after this. Okay. And all I have to do, guys, is just to speak in this microphone. Okay. So now let me give you some kind of like more ideas. So again, as I said, for you to get a lead, it will cost you, let's say even it costs you like $10, right? $10. I just saved right there. I got 50 leads. I just saved $500. If you have to pay $500 per day and I have to pay 0, don't you think I have an edge over you? I get to speak directly to the person I need to speak to. I speak to the CEO, the president, the vice president, the co-founder, the owner, those people who have the checkbooks. If they like what I said, they sign the check. We're off to the races. So that means that in addition to being able to save money in the front end of not having to pay $25 per lead, the turnaround to basically sell the product, it just shrinks like this, because I'm not talking to the assistant of the secretary who's going to talk to the secretary who doesn't want to give me the contact, and I have to ask and I have to go to someone they know and blah, blah, blah. It's very, very fast and it's completely automated. Okay. Now let me give you some other business cases of things that you can do for you guys to understand the power of this stuff. Is here in this case, again, I demonstrated, you can send it to one salesperson or another salesperson. Let's say you don't have salespeople. You're like, dude, I don't have salespeople. So that's not applicable for you. If you have a team, for example, and you manage salespeople, you can basically help them by sending them the right leads. The more they sell, the more your department makes, the bigger your bonus is, the better if the company performs, and then you get, I don't know, promotions or whatever. If you're a salesperson, like a sales manager. Now, imagine you have different funnels. Okay. You don't have salespeople and stuff, but you have different funnels. So I could have said here, yeah, find those people in Pennsylvania and send them to the funnel blam, and it will send it to the right funnel. You understand? I don't have to go out and build landing pages and do all sorts of stuff. I don't have to do it. I just basically use my phone here, and then everything is done by my robot, which actually sends me a nice message back saying, hey, Martin, everything is done. Yeah, that's one other application, right? So there is so many things, that you can do with this stuff here. You can even, it's an example, one that I gave you, in my previous video, is you could also take all these people there, and because I basically get the information about their LinkedIn profile, right? So you can actually go on LinkedIn, right? And you can message them on LinkedIn, hey, Bob, blah, 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 and you send them the personalized message, and they're like, oh, right? So you can do all sorts of stuff with this, and completely automated. So I built this, and since I built this, guys, I told you, if you see what I do, I help people reduce their costs by at least 80% and double their conversions. This is exactly what it did for me. And not only, let's forget about conversions, let's forget about work and stuff. This gave me a life, a good life, because guys, you can see there's the pool here. That's all I have to do. If I think of something, I just take my phone, I just speak in my phone, and then that's it. I'm back in my pool, and then I'm enjoying life, and everything is being done by either machines or by my team when I dispatch this. Okay. So think about how it could benefit your business. That's what I wanted to think about. And if you think that, man, well, this is very cool, then I'll give you an opportunity to talk to me and see if we can install something like this in your business. Now, one thing that I want to tell you is this is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay. There's a lot more that my systems can do. This is one application of it. Now, I can also ask the system to go out and do other stuff. I can basically ask the system to take some of these people and then create a whole very sophisticated email sequence and create the emails and the sequence and blah, 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 and then send it to them. Okay. I can do so many different things, with this bot here that, is basically revolutionizing my life. And again, I'm pretty sure you had never seen something like this. I'm very happy about it. This is now more of a personal, story here is when I was growing up, I was watching this show called Knight Rider. Right? And there was this guy named Michael Knight who had a car named Kit, and he could call the car with a watch. And so my next step for me is going to be getting one of those watches that I've always refused of getting because I didn't see the purpose. But now, since I was a kid, guys, since I was in the elementary, I wanted to have a watch where I can call Kit. And this is exactly what I'm going to be able to do. Okay. So funny story is, 3 days ago, I was at a restaurant and I was talking to someone who was explaining to me how he was working with real estate agencies in Dubai. And so I didn't know exactly, I never considered working with real estate agencies, but he gave me a really interesting angle that I did not realize. And I'm like, oh, you know what? My stuff can actually do this for them. And so right there, guess what I did? Kit, find me real estate agencies in Dubai. Boom, and put them in this funnel. And it did it. And I already made some sales. Okay. This is a superpower that you'll have. You'll be able to get ideas. So every time you have an idea, right? You won't need a big marketing team and to learn everything about a market and to put a marketing campaign and to put some landing pages and to put blah, blah, blah. You're watching something on YouTube and you see a niche that you didn't know anything about. You're like, wow, I didn't know these guys. Guess what? Hey, please go get me these guys and put them in this funnel. This is exactly what I'm doing. And this is exactly what I'm doing for the people who are in my inner circle. And I basically build systems for me first. I don't build the systems to go out and sell it to people. I build them for me first. And then if you're close enough to me and you're part of my inner circle, then you can benefit from that. Now, the thing is, you might be like, dude, I want in. How do I get in? Okay. If that's of interest for you guys, if you look in the description or in the caption, whatever you're seeing this, there's going to be a link. Go on that link. In this link, it's very important that you watch it. If you're interested, because I don't work with anybody, just anybody. The list of people I work with is very, very small. And I'm very selective, and there's going to be an application process and everything. But you need to go there and you need to watch. It's not very long, but it's very important. It will explain what I do, what I don't do, which is just as important, and then what my process is. If after this, you believe that I can help you, my systems will help you get ahead, then there's going to be a way to contact me. And then there we can have a chat. And then at this point, it's a chat to determine whether we are a good fit for each other. But it works both ways. You can also gauge, is he full of shit or does he know his stuff? All right. You know what I mean? And at this point, if you make it and you join my inner circle, then you can have access to systems like this and even better systems, because this system was built for me, for my needs. But we're going to build a system for your specific needs, depending on what you want to do, depending on who you're looking for. All right. And so that's what you can do, in here. There's going to be a link. And if you're on, if you hesitate, dude, this is going to fly off the shelf. Okay. And again, I do not work with many people because, dude, my stuff is automated. Right? I don't want to spend time on the phone and talking and having meetings and stuff like that. I don't want to. Okay. I only do it with a handful of people and I don't have many spots on the list. If you see this and you're like, dude, this is the future. I need this. Make sure you go out and you click on the link. Okay. So yeah, I guess that is pretty much it of what I wanted to tell you guys. But again, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm going to show you so many other things that, that my robot can do because, this is the lifeblood of the business. So bringing, sales, right? But it can do so many other things. Everything you need to do in your business, I can voice activate it. And so I'm going to show you that in the next pieces of content. So if you don't want to miss that, because this is the future. If you remember when you were a kid, what you thought the future looked like, I'm pretty sure it looks something like this, where you can talk to some machine and it will actually go out and do it and do stuff that you didn't think a machine could go out and do it. I mean, it's completely crazy that I can just ask the AI to go fetch me those people, and it did the whole research for me, and then it will convert those people into sales, and it will bring money in my bank account, which fuels my lifestyle. It's crazy, right? And when I was a kid, this is what I thought the future will look like, that I will have my kid. Now I have one, all right? So anyway, if you like this video, you like the passion and you want to see the sort of crazy stuff that I can do, and my new setup here, because anyway, so you can subscribe, please subscribe, and yeah, just support the channel just to let me know that I'm doing a good job. And before I go, I just wanted to say something is I decided to change my settings. Right? Because before I was trying to do like everybody else, like, oh, let me buy some fancy YouTube studio with strobe lights and stuff in the back and everything. And dude, it's complicated, and I decided, hey, why don't I do it next to the pool? I have a pool. It's very cool. Why don't I do it here? So, I mean, my setup is very simple. And, there's this like webcam that I have over there that you can see. There's a tripod and you can even see the cable there. I don't really care, right? What matters is the information that I'm giving you and the demo. Me, I'm all about, I show you. I can tell you whatever I want. The best thing for me is to show you. Once I show you, then that's it. There's no discussion that's possible. Okay. So this is going to be my new settings. I think it's pretty cool. And dude, I'm going to see you in the next video. Or if you guys are motivated, and again, I'll repeat this. If you're motivated, don't start thinking, oh, maybe yes, maybe no, blah, blah, blah. Go check it out right now. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys. And I will see you in the next video. You guys have a great day. I'll see you next. Bye.